Hey guys, welcome. We're back with another episode of the Savage Mode podcast, and today I'm very excited because I got a very special guest. But before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, tap the like button because you know it really helps with the content and everything else. So I'm so excited, guys. I've been waiting for this for so long. I know some of the people that have been following me on social media have been waiting for this as well. I'm proud to announce the Queen Mother, aka Mumsy. Introduce yourself, say hello to everybody.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, before we start, just tell officer your name, what you do, obviously, and everything else from there. And then
Okay, I'm Lola Gordon, Mumsy, Queen Mother.
Spell your IG. Gang. Yeah, go on.
I'm full-time pastoring. My ministry name is Hebron Leading Ladies. And yeah, and lots of things are connected to that, but that's the main thing.
Okay. All right. And today's topic, first of all, it was based on two things, mainly because I'm wanting to celebrate you for Mother's Day as well. So this is kind of like a Mother's Day edition.
Thank you.
Of course, come on, because you're the Queen Mother, innit? You get me? Look, guys, this is going to be a hilarious, trust me. There's going to be so many inside jokes and stuff, but I'm just going to have fun today, basically. But I wanted to celebrate you, first of all, and also get your opinion on just being, you know, a mother, a wife, and being a woman in today's society, which is mainly what this topic is about, this podcast is about. So let me just quickly go over it. We're celebrating the Queen Mother, and yeah, like I said, looking at different aspects of being a woman, a mother, and a wife in today's society. So the first question, we're going to deal with the topics of, or the section of being a woman. Yeah? Why are you doing that?
Okay, go on.
Okay, cool. So the first thing, tell us about yourself, like family history, how you grew up, so people can kind of get a background of who you are as a person.
Family history, how I grew up. 6 boys, 2 girls.
Okay, from grandma.
From
Grandma,
from
yeah.
my mum and dad. Born in Jamaica, came here at the age of 4, grew up in Wales.
Gang, come on, Jamaica, all day, every long. Come on,
so
yeah.
From the age of 4 to 24, then I married in Wales and moved to London.
Okay.
Growing up was a traditional Jamaican home. Mummy was like, you have to learn to cook.
Yeah,
You
typical.
have to learn to iron and wash clothes and
yeah.
all of those things. As a woman,
Right.
you have to learn to do those things. And I think mainly was just a lot of doing to become being
Okay.
rather than working on yourself.
All right. Is that being
'Cause
more
that's
of a
a
woman or
old-
just a person in general?
I think as a woman, the old generation didn't, maybe their parents didn't help them to work
Right.
on themselves, so they didn't know how to help us to work on ourselves.
yeah.
So we had to discover that along the way. So yeah, it was just traditionally being brought up the old West Indian Jamaican way, really. But as you grow and you research, then you develop.
Okay. And then you met dad at what age?
I met Dad at 21
Ugh.
when I went to a Maurice Sorello conference in Holland.
So you see now, right? For people that don't know, yeah, Maurice Sorello is old school, yeah.
yeah, very
People don't
old
even
school.
know he's not even here. He's
He's
gone to be with the
died,
Lord
yeah.
now. So people that are my age and probably above will know who Maurice Sorello was and the legend he is. But yeah, go on, continue on.
Google him.
You're gonna have to Google him.
Okay. And so I heard that I should go to that conference. And so I did.
Okay.
And when I got there, I met this lady, a quick one.
Go on,
I met
yeah.
this lady from Guernsey, and she said, do you know why you were brought here to the conference? So I said, yeah, to learn about God and stop squirming if I to learn about God and everything and to grow because I'm just 21.
Right.
And she said, no, that's not the only reason that God allowed you to come here. He allowed you to come here because you're going to meet your husband. And I said, yeah, not for me. I'm not interested. I just want to grow in God and all of that and learn about God. I'm just 21. Come on, who wants a man? And so eventually, we had a week conference anyway, and then Paul came up to me, and he was from London, I was from Wales, and he said, I'd like to say something to you. Never met him before in my life. And he said, the Lord said you should be my wife. And I was like, oh, okay then. But what he hadn't realized is that during that week of the conference, God had spoken to me when I saw the back of him on the piano and said, that's going to be your husband. And I was like, oh, Lord, I didn't come here for that.
I'm cringing, guys, if you can't
so
tell.
What that
for the people that are listening to audio, I'm cringing hard. Yeah, go on.
So the word that lady gave me came to pass.
Okay.
And so that was, I was 21. He came to Wales, asked my parents for my hand and, you know, all that, did all the traditional thing. And then 3 years to the exact date that we met, we married. We married in Wales.
Right.
And then in our traditional way, the wife goes where the husband is.
Okay.
So I moved from Wales to London.
Right.
And we've been married now 39 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time, you know?
It's a long time.
Okay, so we got, right, so that's kind of
quick
overview.
The quick overview.
Right, so we'll go back, now people kind of get a gist. Let's go back to the woman part of you, the single woman part of you.
Right.
And let's ask the question of, based on young women today compared to when you grew up, where do you think they're either going wrong or missing the mark in differences, or what do you see that you're kind of like, I wouldn't do it that way, or I would do it that way?
I think because of the way, 39 years ago, foreign. Please. Things are different now.
Right.
There was no mobile phones. There was no Google.
Very true.
So you were taught a particular way. We were taught to be women. We were taught to be gentle. We were taught to be motherly and loving and caring. So we just thought that was the norm.
Yeah.
And we're there because I wanted to be a housewife because that's the way it was.
Okay, cool, yeah.
I wanted to be there for my children and grow them up and train them and so forth. So then that was normal. Now, can I be real? The women are just, for me, sometimes can be, not everyone, a bit bullish.
Okay.
A bit forward.
Right.
A little bit sort of like...
They call it masculine today.
Masculine, is it? That's what it's called, okay. Masculine. Okay, right. This is my list. He's got to be tall, dark and handsome. What if he's short and fat? Anyway, tall, dark and handsome. He's got to be lean. He's got to have this amount of money because I'm what they call it, high maintenance.
Okay, yeah.
And you know the neck.
Hold on. Pause.
No, wait.
Who taught you high maintenance, mum? Because it weren't me, bro. Yeah, no, my high maintenance come out mine up. Who was it who taught you?
You got to keep up with the.
Oh,
you got to keep up.
Facebook and Instagram, yeah. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about.
You know, and I'm high maintenance, and you got to be earning this amount, and the neck goes, and the hand goes. I'm like, I'm thinking, what is that? What is that? And so I didn't know anything about high maintenance. I didn't know about nothing about the neck and all that. We were just, you honour your husband.
You were taught to be
feminine, be a wife, honour your husband. Let me go back. If he's narcissistic and he's beating you and he's doing all of that,
right.
No.
Yeah, that ain't.
No.
That is never even.
No.
He wouldn't.
We're not talking about that. Oh, my wife should be seen and not heard. No, we're not. No. We're not talking about that. We're talking about. In it though, we're not talking about that. We're talking about.
Girls in the corner. Sorry, guys, wait. For people, yeah, one of my mum's good friends is also here with us, yeah. So if you hear any chat back or anything, girls in the back, shout out to girl. We love you, girl. Yeah. All right.
We love
cool.
you, girl. And so, and so, yeah. Let's make that straight. But otherwise, we're gentle. We're loving. We're caring. We honour our husbands. The two become one. We submit to each other. These days, I'm like, I ain't submitting to him because and I think, where you go with all that kind of chat? Where is that coming from?
It's true.
And they're very harsh and masculine.
Yeah.
And we were taught to be feminine. Right. So that's the big difference in 39 years.
Wow.
That's the difference.
Okay.
And you can't tell me what to do. And I'm your own. Well, yeah, be your own. We were still taught to be our own women. We could still work. I was still working. I was still doing whatever I was doing.
But then, sorry to cut you, but the thing is, yeah, right, what you're saying is absolutely right, and I agree with you. Some women, because I've got another question here which will answer that, do you feel that some women during that time have probably been less fulfilled during being a stay-at-home wife compared to now where they're working, being their own boss, making their own money? Do you feel that's the case to add to it as a devil's advocate almost?
I think yes and no, because I was home 25 years with you guys, raising you guys, and I was totally fulfilled. That's something I chose to do, I wanted to do. But in the midst of that, I was working part-time here and there, doing things from home. And so I was still being fulfilled in doing things that I wanted to do.
Right.
So, but yes, in this generation, it looks like unless I'm the big boss and making the big bucks, then I'm not fulfilled. Right. Fulfillment's not to do with doing, it's to do with being.
Right.
And and I think the young people have forgotten about being, learning about yourself, learn about who you are.
Right.
The same list you make for the man, make for yourself now.
Yeah.
Come on. And be...
I love the patois. It's coming out now. It's all coming out now, guys. We're family anyway. Me, Castle, we're here now.
Be the person that you're wanting him to be.
Right.
You become that person.
Yeah.
To accommodate him. To you know, so work on you first, not on just the money and the looks. And what's all this everything hanging out thing as well with 30... No, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Mum's really going there today, you know.
I don't get it.
I let loose. I didn't know you was coming with all this smoke, you know, Mum.
I believe
coming
in
with
being
all this smoke
sexy,
today.
and I believe in being a woman, and
Right, and sensual and all that stuff.
and all that.
But there's a time and a place.
But there's a time and a place for it.
There's got to be classiness to it.
Come on, it's got you've got to look classy, man. Come on, and all of that. So, but be the woman that you want him to be. Be the queen that you want the king to be.
Now we're talking. Come on now, Mum.
And when you're talking to him, stop talking to the boy in him, and he's getting angry. True. Talk to the king in him. Right. And that's the difference that I see. The man's getting... you don't want me to go there.
Yeah, no.
That's the difference I see with my generation to this generation. They want to show off. They want to do... And what's this competition? We're supposed to complete each other, not compete with each other. What is all that? I don't get it. And that's the difference.
Okay.
And so I would teach the younger generation to work on you first. Deal with the stuff that you're going through. I had to deal with myself. I started off as a housewife. And even though the first few years before I had a foreign... I worked.
It was the wrong idea.
As a laboratory
I don't know
technician.
what made me think.
So I was working. But off to the races. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. Just work on you.
Right.
The things that I was taught growing up, and I grew up to think, well, actually, that doesn't match with today's society. I changed it. Right. Did a little bit of research. You know, talk to other women, older women. Talk to other types of...
That's very true, actually.
And just learn and glean. Some things, you have to be in the atmosphere. Some things are caught, some things are taught. So be around women where you can catch some things. And then there'd be around women where they can teach you something. Right. That's the difference. I know everything. Good. I know this. I'm educated. I've gone to uni and I've got my degree. So have many others. You know, that doesn't mean you're all that in a bag of chips.
Right.
Learn and the dips. That's right.
Okay.
That's right, girl. And so learn to function in who you are. Learn to know who you are.
Right.
And let that be seen as a woman. Not this harsh, you know. Just be you.
What would you say is one of the best lessons you got from grandma that she probably taught you?
Oh, love.
All right, let's speak on it. I'm glad I asked this question. Let's speak on that now. What does that love look like to you based on what grandma taught?
She literally poured all that she was into us.
Right.
And now we've come up doing the same to our children.
It's true.
That is the best lesson. Even when things are serious, she said, don't worry, take it, make joke.
Right.
Yeah. and she'd make us laugh even when something was serious,
right.
And we'd laugh about it. And she'd always bring laughter and love into every situation, no matter what it was.
Okay. What other forms of love outside of the laughter and stuff? What physical forms so people can kind of get an idea?
Oh, she was a giver. Oh, yeah, love is different to everyone. Different spectrums and levels. Right. She's a giver. The neighbours would get soup. She'd cook and bake.
Yeah.
And everybody that came to the house was fed.
Right.
And left with food.
Right.
If someone's sick in hospital, she's the first to go and visit. The children, they need clothes. Oh, don't worry. She'd order it from the catalogue.
Right.
And she'd pay for it.
Right.
Every week or month or whatever it was then. And so the children would get clothes. She was there to be available with her heart for everything and everyone.
Wow.
my friends would come to my house because there's food.
Yeah, true.
Because
Yeah,
there's love.
Granny's house was the catalyst for everything. Yeah,
for everything.
yeah, it was.
All the family.
Yeah.
Everybody. She just exuded love in every aspect. So if you needed finance, she'd be there. She would save up. She didn't have it. She would save up to give to you, someone else's family.
Right.
She, in every aspect. Yeah. If it's the church, if it's whatever, everything. Yeah. I love that woman.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Grandma.
Innit?
Trust me, she was a real one for real.
She was real.
Outside of Grandma, was there any other women that inspired you along the way of your journey as a woman?
Did I actually say that? Did it come out? Of course there were, but they were because I was brought up in the church.
Right.
I usually look to the spiritual ladies.
Okay.
And so, white and black, say
Right.
Catherine Coleman.
Okay.
That Maurice Savello, all the Lucy Smith was a black one, and those I look to spiritual leaders. Joyce Meyer, all those ladies. I look to those ladies for my directive, for inspiration, for leadership. Yeah, I learned that way, and also the Bible, obviously, without mention. That goes without saying, doesn't it? Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't noticed by now, I have a confession to make. I'm the product of what we call a PK. For those that don't know, it's pastor's kid. That's what that means, and we'll get a little bit into that later. So if you hear Mum sounds like she's preaching, it's probably because she is. She has this mode where she switches in between Mum mode and preacher mode, but it's all good.
That's not true. They're one of the same.
As I was saying, yeah, she has this mode where she switches into preacher mode and Mum mode. I know when I'm talking to my mum versus when I'm talking to the pastor Lola. Do you get
jokes, yeah?
All right, cool. All right, one more question before I move on to the next part of it.
Okay.
Just any final words for any independent women that are single right now? Not for finding a man, but just who they are. Because from say Yada's age in their early 20s up to their 30s, what advice would you give them as a single woman in today's society?
Sorry? Stop it.
Girl says behave with herself.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
That is true. That's a good one, Gail. Thank you for that. Behave yourself.
Right.
Keep it right and keep it tight.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel.
Did I say that?
We went there.
It came out. No, it's the truth.
Mama, can you explain what that means, please? Because we're in 2024 and people can take that in different ways. Can you explain what that means, please?
It just means, if possible, stay a virgin.
Or stay
celibate.
Thank you. For the people
that haven't. That's it.
Okay, cool. Let's clear that up, guys.
That's to clear that one up. I don't believe that you should sample the goods. I don't believe in that.
We'll get into that later as well, but yeah.
I think that pulls you down as a woman. You don't feel whole and complete because you've already given yourself to
There's
somebody.
trauma lenses that come with that as well.
Sorry?
Trauma lenses that come with that.
Trauma lenses that comes with that. And then with that relationship, all the trauma that comes with that. Right. I think, I think, don't get me wrong, if you have already gone that route, then work on healing yourself. If you need to get counselling, whatever you need to do, you need to go to the gym. Whatever you need to do,
health-wise,
work
physically,
on your wealth, health,
mentally.
wealth, everything. Your mental stability. Work on those areas. I think those is important, so you become whole. To be whole for someone else. Right. You don't want to bring your traumas and your baggage into another relationship.
Very true.
You want to come as whole as possible.
Right.
Because you're not going to be perfect. Nobody is.
Yeah.
Apart from me, of course.
All right. Yeah. Queen mother, innit?
Queen mother, innit? But apart from that, you want to be as whole as possible. So work on yourself. Work on your mental state. Work on your physical state. Work on your emotional state. Work on your heart, because there's things sometimes with ladies. We lock away in chambers of our hearts and we don't open up. And then when you get into a relationship, the man triggers it. Right. Pokes it. And you go, ooh, I felt that. And then you realize that you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with it before now.
It's true.
And work on it beforehand, so that when you come and you're ready for a partner, you're more whole than...
All right, cool. So basically, I've got a little game that I want to play with you. Either or game. Yeah.
Come on.
You'll love it. Shush.
Go on.
Right. Okay. This is a good one. Would you rather do some housework or book a cleaner?
Book a cleaner.
She said that with chest.
I said it with everything that
chest.
I have. Years of cleaning and being at home and doing. Nah, cleaner. These days, cleaner.
These days, cleaner. All right. Cool. Go for a walk or stay at home and have your little independent time.
It's a hard one because I do go for a walk and I like that independent time then.
That's why I know.
As well as being at home. I think that's a tie on that one.
No, you can't have a tie. It's either or.
Oh, either or. Do I have to do an either or?
Yes, sir.
But then I like my independent time at home.
Make a choice, no man.
Okay. Yeah, my time at home when nobody's
Girls are
around.
agreeing. Like, funny enough, talk about Gail. Would you rather go to Hebron leading ladies with Gail or go out for dinner with Gail?
Again, that's a tie. I like both.
Mother. Girls like, go out to dinner with me.
These are hard.
No, it's not.
But that's easy. Hebron.
I knew you was going to do that.
It has to be the meeting.
All right, okay.
It has to be meaningful as well.
Who's your favourite child? Me, Sheba, or Yeda?
Oh, that's easy. The girls.
Wow. How are you going to put... Really?
Yeah.
I'm your firstborn. You're going to do that to your firstborn?
The girls were born in hospital.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
The birds brought you.
Wow. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's true. You're right.
The birds dropped
It's
you.
true. The birds dropped me.
Yeah, when you asked when you were younger where you came from, I said the storm.
And you know why that is, though? It's
the
because,
birds.
as far as I'm concerned, you and Dad didn't come together. So,
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
as far as I'm concerned, that didn't exist. So, I'm the second virgin birth.
Really?
Yeah. That's how that works.
You really think that? Yeah.
That's what I believe, and that's what I'm sticking with.
It's totally delusional.
That's exactly what I'm sticking with. Next question. Practical gifts or sentimental gifts?
I'm practical.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you'd like more sentimental gifts.
The practical becomes sentimental.
I'm not buying you no more chocolate now. You can keep that. I'm not going to. Don't ask me. Oh, Farron, maybe go Tesco. Can you go get me a? The answer is no. But like, it's not practical, mum. That's what I'm going to say about that. Yeah. Yeah.
These questions are hard because they're a bit of both.
I know. I'm winding you up. But are you sure? Practical, yeah? It's up to you.
Ish. Yeah.
Okay. Ish. All right. Flowers or chocolate?
Again. For the weight, chocolates. Sorry, I meant for the weight, flowers.
I knew what you meant.
to lose. But at the same time, I love the Ferrero Rochers.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Because my mum's a bougie mum.
Yes.
And so rightfully so. There is no nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. Before ladies come at me, I ain't got time. All right. Go to bed late or take an afternoon nap?
Oh, go to bed late.
Girls, if you hear girls responding the same time, you're on point with these answers as well, you know. Why is she really going for it? Cruise holiday or luxury holiday?
Luxury holiday.
Really?
Yeah.
More than cruise?
Yes.
Looks like I'm going to have to cancel some tickets. Cancelling some tickets. Watch a movie or read a book?
Read a book. Yeah.
You know what, girl? Yeah, you're going to have to go on a game show with my mum because you two...
Oh, we'd win.
You two would win. Yeah. You two would actually win.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
No, that's actually hilarious. You know me better than my mother. That's bad. Mum, how did I not know this about you? Feet. You know what? We're going to have a talk after this podcast. We're going to have a serious talk after this podcast. Yeah?
He loves you. Girl.
All right, good. Last one. Hot or cold?
Hot?
I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you. Hot or cold?
Every capacity.
Every capacity. Hot weather, hot drinks, whatever.
Hot.
Okay, cool.
Hot food, hot.
Cool. Now we're going to talk about the section of you being a mother. Right? Why?
Okay.
Why are you saying it like that for? You'll be fine. Don't worry. These questions are cool. How many kids you have already? Actually, no. Yeah, you tell us the order of the children. Go on, say again. The people need to know. Yeah, in order of
2.
age.
Oh,
wow. You know what?
I got three children.
Cut the podcast. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done.
Right.
The podcast is ended. I'm leaving.
3 children. Farin's my first. My one son.
The best.
Age?
If you want, anyway.
35 next month.
Okay.
My second is Shioma. She's 31.
Yeah.
And my third is, my third is
darling.
Yada.
My baby.
She's 24, but she's 25 this year.
My darling.
My
I love the girls.
My baby girl.
What was it like? This is interesting. What was it like being a mother when you had me? Being your firstborn. What was it like having a firstborn child?
Having a firstborn child was the most beautiful thing in the whole world.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
I was going to say a joke that I thought about no, seriously, all jokes aside, seriously, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. Because it's your first.
Right.
And the feeling of being a mother, bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh. You and Dad created this,
All right,
you know.
yeah. You and Jesus.
It's just like, I have to go there. So, it's the most beautiful thing ever. And when you see the love that's reciprocated, it's nothing like it.
Right.
With the baby and everything's mummy.
Right,
it's the most beautiful thing ever.
And what did you have any thoughts when it came to you either, when you found out you was pregnant or when you had the child, was you like, oh my gosh, like, were you freaking out? Was you like, okay, what was your thought process during, how am I going to raise this child?
My thought process was, the first thing I thought of, I got to raise this child godly.
Right.
That was the first thing. Teach them morals, teach them standards, teach them God for themselves. That was my first thought. Because I saw so many parents, Christian parents, drag the kids to church, say, when they're older.
Yeah.
And force them to come to know God. And the first thing was, teach them good things and morals and love on them and saturate them with love. But then teach them to love God for themselves.
Right.
So they have a relationship for themselves. Don't force them to do anything.
Right. And how do you think that raising us as Christians kind of affected us? How do you think that?
I think it sets you up for life.
Right.
In this, because I believe Dad and I are not perfect, but we did our best to show you the right way and to lead you in the right path. And I think that is that's the only way to go, really, to set you up for life and to show you integrity and morals and say you follow this, you don't lie, you tell the truth, even if your friends are lying, at school.
I remember you saying that as well. That's why I'm laughing. I'm reliving that as you're saying it.
And you're not, I would say things like, no, you don't be fearful of the dogs because God's not giving you the spirit of fear, but love, power, and sound mind. And I teach you scriptures. By the time you were 11, you were reciting Psalms 91.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things. I just built you up in God so that you knew who you were. That's true. Not in church, not in... but a relationship. Can I tell a story?
Of course you can.
I remember, I think you were about 10, 11. And Dad was the music director for that large organisation. Yeah. And we needed a car. Oh, yeah. And I think do you remember?
Yeah.
I think one of you was sick and so we stayed home. I don't think Yada was even born
Shoma.
then. It was Shioma. It was you and Shioma. And I was in the kitchen washing the dishes. And all that week we'd been praying and asking God for a car because we needed a car to get to church. And I was in the kitchen washing up and I heard the Holy Spirit say, Paul's been blessed with a car today.
All right, let's pause. Pause that right there. Before we even start, let me put some disclaimers and things out. As long as I've known Mum to wash dishes, especially during the 90s, she don't do it anymore because we do it. She's Queen Mother, bless her, She's always been worshipping while she does the dishes. It doesn't matter what she's doing. She's got music on. She's listening to gospel, whatever. So for you to hear that, it's only because you was worshipping.
Why are you exposing me?
Because I have to.
Okay. Right.
Just let you know. So that's carry on. You can carry on.
Okay. So I heard the Holy Spirit say, Paul's been blessed with a car today.
Right.
And so, you guys been praying.
Right.
Someone at church has blessed him with a car. So I ran in the room and I said to you and Shioma, you were about 11, she was about 7.
I remember.
Or 10 or something like that. I said, guys, we've been praying for a car. The Holy Spirit just told me that Dad has been blessed with a car. And you with your little selves, yay! the little selves. And then I said, let's pray. And we held hands and we prayed.
I remember.
About 5 minutes later,
Dad calls you.
no mobile phone, the old phones.
The
old phones.
Yeah.
Dad calls, Sweets, guess what? I said, guess what? And I said, yeah, I know. He said, what? I said, you'll be blessed with a car. He went, how did you know? I said, the Holy Spirit told me. And he drove home that day with the car.
Yeah.
We were all rejoicing, all going in the car, seeing the car.
I actually remember that day. I'll never forget that.
I felt that day that marked you and your sister for life.
Oh, 100%. 100%. The maddest thing about that, is that was just one of many things that God spiritually showed up. I'm going to be honest, guys. In my home, that was normal.
Yeah.
Like, that was so normal. So it's to the point now where when things happen in our family, I'm kind of like, it's God in it. Like, mum and dad, it's God. Like, it's expected. But that became a norm. But that, for me, was one of the staple moments, definitely, and I remember I was looking at Bishi at the time. I was bare shocked because I was like, because you could feel it in the room as the atmosphere. God was there. And I remember we prayed, and it was almost like there was a spiritual or angelic kind of force there as well. So it was just really, that was an unforgettable moment for me.
And that was important for me.
Right.
As a Christian mom.
Right.
Because I wasn't a pastor then. Christian mom, bringing up my children to know God for themselves and see God move and operate and manifest. Yeah. And that was the most important thing, is bringing you up as children.
It's true. I think one of the other things that have really stayed with us, especially me and Shoma, Yada wasn't born then, but was understanding tithes and giving.
Yes, I taught you that from young.
For guys that know, there used to be like penny sweets back in the day. Used to buy these little penny sweets for £1. And mum would always say, you're not getting sweets until Friday, the end of the week. Yeah. So after school, me and Shem would be so gassed because we were like, Friday's coming. We know, like in primary school, 20p sweets, a bag of 20p sweets was a big deal back then. Yeah. As a 12-year-old or like 8 to 10-year-old at least. Yeah. So, but mum would always say, look, I'm going to give you £1 to spend as much as you want on these sweets, but you have to give God 10%, which was obviously 10p. The way I was cussing, because I was like, Mum, it's 10p less sweets, bruv. Like, what are we? But I knew the importance of it, so I obeyed anyway. Now, as I grow up, when I'm making money and I've got making these big contracts, and for me to give tithes, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, and I'm like, Mum, I'm shaking. That's the Mum, I'm shaking, because I'm like, £1,000, Mum. On this booking, £100, but I understand the importance, and because we've been doing it from when we was young, it becomes natural now. So one of those things that's always stayed with me from like since you started that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So and I'm gonna I'm definitely gonna teach my kids when I have kids.
Of course. And the other thing as well that we did, but this wasn't me. Give honor where honor's due. This was Dad.
Okay.
When Dad was growing up, his mum had family time.
Oh, right. Remember? Yeah. True, family time's another one,
Dad introduced family time.
It's true.
From when you were about 5.
Yeah, you're right.
And it wasn't all religious. We would talk about school. Talk about anything that concerned us. It was very open space. For everyone to have time to speak and to talk. Remember, Shoma was crying, they're picking on me at school. I said, they're picking on you.
Yeah.
You know, and we would talk about it and say, okay, we'll sort that out at school and whatever. But we talk about everything. Yeah. And up to this very day, we still have family time.
And it's funny because I thought every family was like that, until I got to secondary school and I realized, hold on, every family's not doing this. Like, mine's actually quite unique. Because you don't think anything. You think, every family's having family time. Like, it's normal. And because our environment of where we live, obviously I'm not going to be out where we live. Where we live in South London, gang. What's it? South, all day, every day. Every man in South knows my God. There wasn't a lot of like domestic. Our environment is very safe. So our neighbours, we'd get on with our neighbours. Do you know what I mean? I know you bring some of your Welsh community love down there. Down to London, and our neighbours would know us by name. You'd be doing the same thing. Grandma is sending food, all them things. Yep. So it was just a normal thing to be like, family time. When I realised, and Mum and Dad told me that, not all families do this. I was like, huh? Mm-hmm. Are you serious? Mm-hmm. Like, this is legit, like, unique. And they were like, yeah. So I agree. I'm going to do these things with my kids because it's the benefit of talking together as a unit. It's so helpful.
It's healthy.
It's very healthy. So I encourage anyone to, like, if you have children or if you have family, definitely start. Like, it's not always going to be happy-go-lucky. There's times where we've had
We're
disagreements.
crying,
We've been respectful, but we've had obviously real talks. And as we've grown up as adults now, it's a different dynamic, but it's still the same foundation. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, okay, cool, great. Here's another question. When I can do that one, right? What did love and intimacy look like to you as a mother raising us now? So give us examples of some of the things that you did for us that showed love and intimacy.
Constantly talking, hugging, kissing, sharing.
All the love languages.
Everything. Just when it's your 10th birthday, doing a surprise trip to Paris.
Mate.
Didn't tell you and just got you up 5 o'clock in the morning and, oh, Mum, where are we going?
Yeah, I was vexed.
You know, and all of that. Doing things, it wasn't gifts for me. It wasn't the Nike trainers.
Nah.
I remember he said, oh, on Nike, or somebody, one of you said it. And I said, put your own name on it, on your trainers, you know. Forget Nike. Making Nike rich. Make yourself rich. You know, and that, I was never those things.
Nike, if you would like to sponsor the podcast, please do. Only one of us condone to not having you. I have you on my shoes right now.
Nike.
So if you want to get in touch, Nike, please. If you're happy to sponsor the podcast, we're open to any calls and letters and emails anytime. Continue.
Oh my goodness. And so, you know, it was just touchy-feely, lovey, caring,
right,
surprises, gifts, but not too much gifts, but at the relevant times, you know, birthdays and all that. And that's the way I poured cooking. Oh, come on.
Yeah, holy food.
I was taught to cook a different meal every day. See, that's old school.
That's very true, because even now, for me, I'm not used to, I can't do freezer food like religiously like that. No. I'm used to eat, because I'm fresh. Fresh. Even if I make, obviously I know how to cook, obviously, but I'm saying I'm used to cooking fresh every day myself anyway.
Yeah. So those things, people don't have the time today. They don't want to. It's like cooking, just order in, just go to a restaurant. But I was brought up, you cook fresh every day and a different meal every day.
Right.
So you don't get bored. And I taught you that, and I brought you up on that. So those are my love languages. Reading the word to you, talking and discussing stories.
Taking us out swimming.
Oh, yeah, we used to go.
Went to Buckingham Palace one time.
Yes, we just all those things.
Quality time, it's a lot of
quality
time.
Quality time.
That's good. Yeah. It's true. I can imagine a lot of things that you've done for us. And this is why obviously I want to get on your podcast, obviously to publicly appreciate you as well and say thank you as well. Yeah, of course. No, she can cry if she wants to cry.
I'm not crying.
First of all, your feet can't even, you barely touch the ground, yeah? So don't get brave, yeah?
I ain't crying. Tough like that.
But I want to appreciate you, because I'm really like, over the years, you've done so much for us, yeah? And I just want, me personally, I know the girls will be here, they'll be saying the same thing. One will be on one side, one will be on the other, like kissing you up, hugging you up. So we all want to say thank you on behalf anyway. But also, this question to kind of sideline a little bit. Do you think you were at a right age to become a mother? Because what age did you become a mother?
Oh, married at 24, you came along at
28.
28.
So do you think 28 was a reasonable kind of age for you? Because some women, they want to get married and have kids in their early 20s, or basically before 30, because nowadays in society, 30 is kind of seen as you're too old, or you've gone past a certain...
and all of that,
all of that. No, medical as well, obviously biological, but then also in the sense of society where it's like, oh, if you get past the age of 35 and you haven't had kids or you're not married, you're seen as sort of like, not put on the shelf, but like, do you know what I mean? Like disposable or whatever the case is. So do you feel like it was a good age? Were you ready to be a mum at that age?
I believe I was ready. I think being married for 4 years, getting to know a complete stranger. Right. Remember? And by then we got to know each other. Mm-hmm. So I thought, yeah, it was time. It was time. And I wanted to. Mm-hmm. I remember asking the Lord, a boy and a girl. And I got a boy and a girl. And then afterwards, I thought, it'd be nice to have another one. And she came along. No. Let's set this straight, Mum. You're not going to just go past that. I did say that. No,
it was me. It was my hard prayers of 10 decades, of a whole decade, yeah? Because Sherma was getting on my nerves because you pinch her and she starts crying. I wanted a boy, like a Tom, but Sherma wasn't like that. So I was like, you know what, bun Sherma, I need another sibling. And I kept on praying for ages.
Did you actually say
that? Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
I love her now. Obviously, things are different. We're cool. That's my G, innit? But when we were younger, obviously me being a boy, I had lots of energy, so I wanted to
Yeah.
run. Shem wasn't like that. I do this, and mommy, every 5 seconds. So I was like, nah, Bunnis, I need another girl. So by the time you boys, I wanted a boy, but
Yeah.
I'm happy with Yeda. I love Yeda. But I was like,
course.
any other sibling at this point, as long as it's not Sherma and a sneaky nerdy self.
Oh,
so you
she's
pinch
still
her in it.
sneaky and nerdy. She still is.
I love that girl.
I love her.
But yeah, so Yeda, so it was my hard work that Yeda's here, not yours.
Okay.
You heard.
I won't argue with that.
But
But I did say I wanted a third, so third came along and very happy with the 2 girls.
You know what? Yeah, all right. I'm done with you. Anyway, moving on. Talk about mothers. We're talking about being spiritual mothers. Let's talk about the PK conference, because this is something this is the right time to
I'm
talk
alive
about.
now.
So explain to the people what the PK conference is.
Over the years,
gosh.
being in church from age of 5, I'm now in my right?
Young age of
Young
21.
age of 21. How many times over, yeah?
Yeah.
So I have noticed that PKs are overlooked.
Okay. And who are PKs? What's the term?
PKs are pastors' kids.
Okay, cool.
Everything is, pastor. But what about the pastor's children? Pastor will take you for a meal. But what about the kids?
Right.
They've got to find babysitters now to look after the children because you've negated the children. Sometimes they are forgotten, overlooked. In fact, many times they are. And don't get me wrong, there's some pastors, they're great. You know, they're in touch.
Yeah.
They're together. Anywhere they go, the children are there. They appreciate them. But there's some, you're just there to play the music. You're just there to make me look good. You're just there to do.
Yeah.
And everybody expects you to do. And expects you to walk in your parents' footprints.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to. You don't want to become a
Right.
pastor. You don't want to become a pastor. No, shake him head quick.
No.
Because that's why you become a prophet instead. You said of a pastor. You say, so
Why do you say girl? I hear girl in the
let me just say that.
I hear girl in the corner saying prophet, whispering prophet,
straight.
and then you setting her off again.
It's the truth, though. And so,
What's wrong with you, girl?
I find that a lot of the time they're not valued.
Right.
And they're not valuable. They don't feel valuable.
Yeah.
And I've watched it over the years, and I said, no, I have to do something about this. The Lord laid it on my heart to do something about it. Bring together the PKs, the pastors' kids. Not the youth conference, not the youth concert. We do all of that, and we've done it for years. But where have we ever had a PK conference?
It's true.
Just for PKs.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
And the conference is called Let's Talk, because we want them to talk. We want to have lots of interaction. We want them to share their stories.
What are some of the topics?
Some of the topics from the top of my head is being a PK in today's culture.
Okay.
Being value. Sorry. Oh yeah, we could talk about intimacy, and relationships, love.
Between,
we could talk about
all that stuff.
We could talk about
church hurts,
being invisible,
right.
all those sort of topics. But also, don't get me wrong, it's not the negative, the positive. Some pastors' kids have had a great time,
right?
And they've grown up to become pastors, and they're doing a great work that their parents have, but even better, even greater. Right. And so we want both sides. We'll have young speakers. We'll have a panel of PKs, and we'll be able to talk all these different topics. We'll have interaction. It's not going to be church as in church service.
Right.
It's going to be community.
It's going to be interactive and things.
And interactive, and we will. Don't get me wrong. It's just like the word says. Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But the way that we do things can change. Yeah. And so we will have the foundation of praise and worship and prayer and the word. Yeah. But we're not having church.
That's true.
And so the young people can adapt, and they can associate, and they can say, oh yeah, I won't go to church, but I'll go to this. Right. And so, and it's open to all PKs, no matter what age. Well, 18 plus, basically. 18 plus because of the topics we're going to discuss.
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be held at the Bromley Court Hotel.
Okay, what date?
On the 10th of August.
Nice.
From 12 till 6.
So it's going to be a whole day.
It's going to be a whole day.
Half day.
And also, to let the PKs know that it's free registration.
Okay.
It's free refreshments.
Okay.
It's free parking.
Nice. You hear that?
We don't want anything from you. We only want to give to you.
That's important.
and that's important.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to pay this much. No, you don't have to pay nothing. It's going to be all paid for. And so just come along and be associated with people of the same mind,
Right.
of the same kind,
Right.
of your tribe.
Yeah.
I think it's important. And because some of the young people are like, I got nowhere to go. I got no one to associate.
That's very
with.
true.
This
That's
is
very true.
the first of its kind.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it?
First of its kind. And so I'd like everyone to come. PKs. Pastors, stay home. Do not come. Bring the PKs, drop them off. Or send them.
Right.
They can go onto Ticket Tailor and register freely. But don't come along. I don't want the place full of pastors.
Right, it's just
I
for
want
it's
your
just for the
children.
Yeah.
And so, do you think that was
And young
clear?
adults. No, that's mum.
Yeah.
You made that perfectly clear. She looked deep in the like people them
No,
eye.
I had
in the people them yai, mum. In the people them yai. Oh gosh.
No, because
I love it.
sometimes
You have
we want to know what's going on.
Yeah, no,
We wanna-
pastors can be very
No,
intrusive
no,
sometimes.
no.
Yeah, no, I get that.
We want it to be full of young
It's for
people.
the, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get into the last section of you being a wife, which is anything with you and dad. You know how I feel about it already.
Don't.
All right, so this is good because we're gonna talk about some things. We're gonna finish it, but we're gonna talk about some things about how to get a man and keep a man, as they say in today's.
Is it?
So right, well, how do you qualify? How was you able to qualify that dad was the right person for you?
That was easy because the Lord spoke to me. He said that guy on the piano there.
Okay, fine. But if for people that may not be Christians and don't have the Holy Spirit and don't have discernment, what are the qualities that you saw to be like, you know what, this person is a man that I know that I can, he can lead and I want to follow him because I'm choosing to follow his vision and his purpose.
Okay. Not Christians, just ordinary.
Yeah, just day-to-day stuff.
Well,
you can add Christian in there, but I'm just...
Yeah, but he was very integrous.
Okay.
And I never once thought, being in Wales and he was in London, remember 3 years.
Yeah.
Never once thought, oh, he's going out with somebody else.
Right.
He was so integrous and his eyes were only for me.
Right.
By his attitudes, by his speech, by the attention. Remember, we didn't have mobile phones. He'd phone me in the morning in the phone box. Remember the red phone box?
Yeah.
Going to work.
Yeah.
He'd phone me at lunchtime and he'd phone me on the way home.
Right.
Then there would be...
And you weren't shacking up, to be fair, ever.
What? You're joking.
No, I've got to let the people that know that's what I'm asking.
No way.
I'm just saying. There was no shacking up going on.
No shacking up. How? When I'm in Wales and he's in London.
People do it. People stay over.
No.
I can stay over for the weekend or whatever.
When he used to come down from London to Wales, he'd stay in one of the brethren's house.
Okay.
He wouldn't stay in my house.
Right.
Because you have to shun the very appearance of evil.
Right.
Because even if you was in my brother's room, say, and I was in my room, it still looks dodgy. So you made sure he stayed somewhere else.
Okay.
That was none of this shacking up business. No, sir.
Right.
And so he made sure that we kept in contact. Communication is the key. And we used to, I don't know if you know about Sealed with a Loving Kiss of Foreigners before your time. We used to write letters every week, twice a week. And we put at the back, Sealed with a Loving Kiss, walk.
Pen pal things.
Yeah, all of them things. And so we knew through our communication that, and the way we spoke to each other and honoured each other, respected each other. Right. I knew he was the man for me. When he came to Wales and met my brothers and my parents, my brothers were like, he's the one. He's the one. You could just tell by his behaviour, his attitude, his demeanour, his persona, everything, the way he speaks. You can see he's a godly man, but you can see he's a honest man.
Right.
And I think some guys can be dodgy.
Apparently, I've been hearing this story. There's a lot of man them. This is weird to me, but I've been talking to a lot of my female friends, and they've been telling me that there's a lot of pee in the dating pool. That's what I've been hearing.
Thank you.
And the man them have been dropping off badly. Which is weird to me, obviously, because I'm not around them type of guys.
But then, is it because their fathers didn't teach them?
True.
Or
very
they
true.
didn't go and investigate and do their own research.
Use initiative, yeah.
Yeah, and use initiative.
Or they was raised in a environment of survival and not love as well, where we have where it's going to sound. Yeah.
Because that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So I knew by just the way he was, and if he's a man of his word. That's another thing about these men.
Right.
They don't keep their word.
Right.
They just chat for chat's sake to look big. And it's like, stop the chatting, man, and produce the goods.
The action, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So he would chat it, but he would do it.
Right.
And so that was a quality that was
Okay, and then
look
to switch it for you now, what do you think it means for you to become a wife? Because obviously it says in the Bible, he that finds a wife. So potentially the image or the persona of a wife needs to be shown to the right person. So how do you think you presented yourself in either dad to kind of see and be like, you know what, I'm intrigued. Like, let me know more about this woman, or let me let her know the Holy Spirit's told her this is my wife, or whatever the case is.
As you said, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favour of the Lord.
Oh,
well,
excuse me, Pastor.
Favour? Come on,
Girls over there like,
favour? Come on. No, jokes aside. But no, I don't know if I can say this. The first thing he asked me when we got together was, are you celibate?
Okay.
And at the time, I thought, you feisty, were you asking me that? And then, of course I am.
Right.
To me, that, of course you are.
No, yeah.
I'm 21. What do you mean?
But wait, hold on. Is he asking because he is as well, or is he not?
He asked because he was.
Right.
And one of his prayers was, Lord, I want a wife that's kept herself like I've kept myself.
Okay.
I know that's not always possible. We're not.
It's true.
In cuckoo
We live in a
land.
very weird... Yeah,
we know we live in the real world. We know things happen. But it's just that that's one of the qualities then for him, not saying for every man, but for him that said, she's for me.
Right.
Because that's the first thing he asked me. I thought, feisty. But I can see why he did, because he wanted someone to grow with, to mature with, to develop with. Not someone that's already developed and then it starts off on a different footing. Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense?
That makes a complete sense. How do you deal with love and intimacy in a marriage? And what does that look like?
What does it look like?
PG version,
said,
please, yeah?
She said, girls said take time.
Girls said take time. PG version, yeah?
PG version. Respect.
Uh-huh. Respecting the man and each other?
Respecting the man, yes, as the head.
Right.
I don't mean as the controller and the manipulator. That's a different story.
Thank you for clearing that up.
For a different podcast.
Which I'll get you on.
Well, we'll think about that.
No, I'll get you on again.
So, I mean, a gentleman.
Right.
An honest, godly man, or even not, but a good man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be godly, a good man. To respect and honour him. Make him feel like he's the king.
Mm-hmm.
And respecting each other, submitting one to the other.
Right.
Not I'm the man of the house and whatever. No one wants to submit to error.
It's true.
No woman wants to submit to error. You submit to someone that will look after you, make you feel like a woman, make you feel loved. You know, respect and honour you too. And as long as it's both ways, that shows love in the house, and then the children see that.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
And they grew up wanting to do that with their partner.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, it falls down. And so just showing, even there's times maybe dad might say something and I don't necessarily totally agree with it. I just think, please.
Yeah.
But to honour him, I just allow him to talk.
Right.
It's okay. It's no skin off my nose.
Right.
I don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree.
Okay.
So it's okay. It doesn't take nothing from you. Oh, well, I don't think... And you start going off some bullish way. There's no need for that. To keep peace and harmony in the home. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying submit to error or to badness, but you can submit to certain things. You can let it go. It doesn't matter.
So
just allow it.
Which leads me to my next question. How do you guys, or not you guys, but how should conflict be dealt with? Is that how conflict should be dealt with?
I think so. Sometimes that there's no, depending on what it is. Okay. There are times that you think, allow it, let it go.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Because really it doesn't. Mm-hmm. And then next minute you're laughing over it, right? Or you're apologising. Right. Then there's other things, that you just said there, we have to discuss.
Okay.
That we have to sit and thrash out. That we have to, where is that coming from? Mm-hmm. No, I need to understand that terminology you just used. Right. And also I found in marriage, 39 years, that the word that dad would use and the word I would use, we mean different things.
Right.
It's not that the word means different things, but it means different things to us.
To you, yeah.
Because of the way we've been brought up.
Right.
the way, we see things.
Right.
And so we have to sit and discuss that.
Uh-huh.
Well, you said da-da-da. Yeah, but you said da-da-da. Yeah, but
Right.
what did you mean by that?
Right.
And that's the sort of conflicty things you have to just discuss it. And if it's too heated, go away and come back another day.
Okay.
And discuss it.
Right.
When the heat is off.
Right.
I've learned over the years, because I had done this in the early days, gone to bed angry.
Right.
Oh, thank you for your grace, Lord. I didn't die or anything. But, going to bed angry.
Come back, mum.
And
go away, Pastor Lola. Come back, mum. Yeah, go on.
And waking up angry.
Right.
Being vexed the next day. Ain't talking.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing, girl?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're mashing up your home. You're mashing up your relationship. Stop. Go and apologize. Sometimes even when you're not in the wrong. Just to keep the peace. That one's heavy.
Mum, we're
hard.
gonna have to bring you on your feet. We're gonna have to talk about that one,
It took me.
Mum,
it took me years.
I hear what you're saying.
Because I want to say my piece.
Yeah, no, I get
and
that.
I want to give it from my perspective. The true girl. That's right. I want to say my bit.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
And why shouldn't I have my voice?
Of course.
I have something to say as well. Yeah. Well, just because you're the man, you got everything to... No. Yeah. So you have to work through that.
Right.
And you have to have an understanding and a clarity in what you say, what the words you speak, and what you understand by that and this. And you come to a place where you think, okay, I get it. Okay. Oh, that doesn't matter. Yeah, leave that. And so forth.
Question, do you feel like because you and Dad are actual friends,
yes,
it's easier to deal with as well in marriage?
For a relationship, that's the only way to go, to be honest. You start off as being friends.
Right.
That's why I love God for... I was in Wales and he was in London, so we had 3 years
to
communicate and build a friendship.
Right.
That is the best way to go.
Right.
This, getting to know you and sampling the goods beforehand and all that.
Right.
And then, oh no, you don't know the person. Why are you giving yourself to someone you don't know?
Right.
Get to know them, because when you become friends, you'll realize whether you want to be with that person or not. You will. You'll know. You think we're great, but we can't take it any further, or we can. Yeah, friendship is the key. Most definitely.
I hear that. There's a bunch. I'm gonna do like 2 more questions because there's a bunch of stuff we could get into. I'm gonna have to bring you on for part 2. But is marriage what you expected?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The reason why I say that, yes, the children. Yes, for that's why the nose. You go through different seasons.
Okay.
That's what it is.
All right.
So the phase of, you're all in love and
yeah.
And then it's like love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener.
Right.
And so that's what happens.
Yeah.
And then you think, oh, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And then you go through the next season
right.
of the eye opening.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, I didn't know that about you. Oh, and then he's saying the same thing about you.
Right.
And then you're judging each other differently. And then you realize things have to change in that season. And then you go to the next season. Because remember, 39 years. There's seasons.
Yeah.
And so and also I've changed.
And you developed over the years.
I've developed over the years.
Yeah.
I've gone from being a housewife and being at home to having my own ministry and so forth. And Dad the same. So we've changed a lot. So as you grow and you develop, you change. So it is and it isn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Last question. Any last words for the women, whether they be single, whether they be mothers, or married? Any last words you want to say to women out there? They encourage them.
Oh, last words of encouragement. There's so much. But mainly...
Whatever's on your heart, really.
I would say mainly work on yourselves. The areas of hurt, pain, disappointment, where you've been unfulfilled. For the Christians, especially, give it to God. Work on it. Get counseling. Get help. Talk to people. Don't keep it all inside, because it poisons you. It makes you bitter. It makes you ill. You get illnesses, cancers, and this and that. issues and anxieties, and
Right.
if you let it all go and free up yourself, you're then wholer within yourself and wholer to give you to someone else, because you don't want to give that to someone else.
Right.
It's too much trauma. It's too much, and that's what brings a lot of marriages to an end, because there's issues. So deal with the issues, I think, first, and build you. Be a nice person.
She's so cute, a little bit. I love this woman.
Just allow love to fill you, and receive and give. I think giving is most important as well.
Right. But okay.
Yeah.
There's so
Sorry?
many. That's true.
Yeah, believer and unbeliever.
That's very
both.
true.
Both. It goes both ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it
some
does.
women that feel like I've given, especially to the wrong man. I give so
Yeah.
much. I give in life. I give too much. Yeah. If not too much, whether it even be in a balanced way, unbalanced, but I give too much and I get nothing in return.
That's a toughie. But you still have to work on you. You still have to step back and say, okay, I stepped forward and I gave everything.
Right.
I gave it to the wrong person. I have to take back my power. And I have to step back and start looking at the different areas where I gave too much and pull back and say, okay, now I give this amount and only give that amount when I found the right person.
Right. So adding boundaries to it.
Boundaries to everything you do. I think that's you step back and you add boundaries. I think that's the best way to put it.
Thanks for coming on the show, Mum. We're gonna have to get you on for part 2 because there's a whole heap. Let people know where they can find you on social media. Your Instagram.
Oh yeah, I got Facebook. I got Instagram.
You're the worst with technology.
I know.
You know?
I YouTube. I think. I don't know. Foreign you.
Most of these things that I've set up for her, by the way, guys.
Yes,
she needs everyone. We need to. I'll leave a donation. Yeah, link in the description. We need to get her a Silver Surfers course. Yeah, guys. I've been saying it for years. It needs to happen. The woman needs to learn technology.
Why do I need that when I got 3 young children in the house?
Because we're not going to be here forever.
Yeah, but while you're
I got my
here,
own. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be touring the world and doing things, man.
Yeah, I know, but
Show me where the girls are gonna be here forever.
You can do it. Yeah, and you can put everything in the.
I'll put everything. See, she don't even know what she's talking about. She's just saying, put it in there. But
I do.
Man, we're gonna put. I'll put the Instagram in
Facebook,
there. I think is it Lola _ Gordon or something, Minano or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it all in the description. I'm gonna put the PK conference, a link to the tickets in there. They're free as well. So make sure you go check it out, guys. Thank you for coming on the podcast, man. I really appreciate it. And again, celebrations to you. And you're the best man in the world, Queen Mother.
Thank you for having me. I love you.
Yes.